Peace and blessings. I'm Minister Mustafa Abdullah, the chairman of God, Truth and Love Political Party. So, I ran across this article on the internet not too long ago on CNN.com. It's covering the episode of 60 Minutes that aired tonight, Sunday the 14th, that had Bush in it. And the article goes, Congress cannot reverse last week's decision to send 21,000 more troops to Iraq, President Bush said in an interview intended to rally popular support for his plan. Quoting Bush, "Frankly, that's not the responsibility," Bush said in an interview on the CBS News program 60 Minutes, which aired Sunday. Now, stopping there. Now, I wondered about that. It's not their responsibility. So what is Congress's responsibility? So I had to look it up, and I'm referencing Wikipedia.org. Now it says Congress. The United States Congress vests all legislative powers of the federal government in the Congress. The powers of Congress are limited to those enumerated in the Constitution. All other powers are reserved to the states and the people. Through acts of Congress, Congress may regulate interstate and foreign commerce, levy taxes, organize the federal courts, maintain the military, declare war, and exercise certain other necessary and proper powers. Okay? Now, so we can question exactly what it means to maintain a military, and then also under necessary and proper powers. Exactly what does that entail and what does that mean? And looking further into that, we're told that Congress shall have power to make all laws which shall be necessary and proper for carrying into execution the foregoing powers and all other powers vested by this Constitution in the government of the United States or in any department or office thereof. Now, without trying to read the entirety of everything, ultimately what I get is that Congress can create laws and present these laws to the president. Now, if the president doesn't like a law, he is able to veto it. And looking further into veto power, if the president vetoes a certain law or bill that Congress writes, they can still override his veto by 2/3 of a vote within Congress. So let's say that Congress created a law such as that which exists in Japan, where it says that the United States will not be an aggressor into a war that is not entered under self-defense. So if we are being attacked here at home, then we can't fight. We can't go overseas and engage in battle. Now, if they were to enact that law, then obviously President Bush is incorrect. Either he doesn't know what he's talking about, or he just doesn't care about the laws and workings of the United States and the Constitution. Although he has proven that pretty much he doesn't care about the laws and the things that he has passed that are controversial and take away the civil liberties of everyday citizens, such as habeas corpus and whatnot. So continue on in this document, in the paper online, he is further saying, "It is my responsibility to put forward the plan that I think will succeed. I believe if they start trying to cut off funds, they better explain to the American people and the soldiers why their plan will succeed," the president said. Okay, that goes both ways. I don't believe that President Bush has really explained to us how his plan will succeed. His plan of doing that, which we have already been doing for 4 years now, with over 3,000 lives taken, American lives taken. And now we're just going to give more troops for more of our people to be killed. He has not explained truly how his plan will work. He just said this is what we need to do. And of course he's going against a lot of people in the government, and even against some high-ranking officials in the armed forces. So I'm not... Well, he does say, I think this will succeed. Now I'm going to skim down, and I found interesting where here's something. Asked if he believes that he, as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, has the authority to order troops to Iraq in the face of congressional opposition, Bush said, in this situation, I do, yeah. So, once again, he's believing that he has ultimate power and no one can override him. But we know better than that. He said Iraqis should be thankful for all the United States has done for them since the invasion nearly 4 years ago. Seriously. They should be thankful. They should be thankful that their family, their friends, loved ones have been killed. Mothers, grandmothers, grandfathers, children. They should be thankful for that. You know, because if we wouldn't have done that, if we wouldn't have came over and caused the killings of hundreds of thousands of Iraqis, then there's no telling what Saddam might have done. You know, he did kill those ones he was convicted of, those 100 and something people that he was convicted of killing. We liberate that country from a tyrant. Oh, let me go back and go back real quick to another sentence. I think I am proud of the efforts we did, Bush said. It was up for debate. We liberated that country from a tyrant. I think the Iraqi people owe the American people a huge debt of gratitude. That's a problem here in America. They wonder whether or not there's gratitude. There is a gratitude level that's significant enough in Iraq. The Iraqi people owe the American people a huge debt of gratitude. Seriously. You know, if this all pans out, and I'm not really certain what that means. I guess ultimately if Iraq becomes a democracy and everything's fine and there's no more fighting and there's no civil war, then I suppose all this will be worth it. But are we to think that that's what's going to happen? It's been 4 years. Look what has occurred. Look at the path that it's going down. There is nothing to say that that is going to happen. What it has been shown is that there's going to be more deaths of American citizens, of our troops, our families, friends, and loved ones. There are going to be more Iraqi civilian deaths. There's going to be more hate garnered towards the U.S. for what they're doing. And the fighting will just continue. Also, something else is a few notes of interest. The president bridled That's a suggestion that he has been less than forthcoming with the American people about such matters as the existence of weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, the lack of any connection between the September 11, 2001 attacks and Iraq, and predictions that the war will cost about $50 billion, far short of the current $400 billion price tag. So in essence, the president believed that he doesn't believe that he hasn't been a liar. I strongly reject that this administration hasn't been straight with the American people, he said. The minute we found out that they didn't have weapons of mass destruction, I was the first to say so. And he rejected a growing chorus of calls for U.S. forces to lead the country to the Iraqis to sort out for themselves, a view held by some Americans. He also rejected the suggestion that the U.S. invasion created more instability in Iraq than eliminated. He rejected that suggestion. It can be argued that they are in a civil war, but he created more instability in Iraq, even though there is one person in control. Was he a dictator? Yes. Was he mean, evilish, devilish? I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna go off what I've heard, but I don't know. But obviously there was a stability. He was in control. Now no one is. He says, well, our administration took care of a source of instability in Iraq. Envision a world in which Saddam Hussein was rushing for a nuclear weapon to compete against Iran. So now it's about nuclear weapons. So that's what we had to fear. Saddam going after a nuclear weapon, trying to build a nuclear bomb. Because I guess, of course, he would attack the U.S. or just attack another country other than the U.S. like the U.S. has attacked another country with a nuclear bomb. But ultimately, the ball is in your court. You, the everyday citizen. Just what are you going to do? God bless. Peace and love.